Hey everybody, how's it going? Daryl here. Welcome to another DJ Gig Log. We're here to celebrate Lexi and Jacob's wedding in fabulous Idaho. So yes, this is another out-of-state wedding. I've had a lot of people ask me about the cold sparklers and how to run those in SoundSwitch. So that is what I want to talk to you today. And it's kind of funny that this wedding is out here in Idaho because I don't come out here that often towards like the Logan, northern Utah, Idaho border, but I've had 2 consecutive weddings in 2 weeks up here, so it's kind of funny. Let's get over to the DJ gear. We're all done setting up, but we got to get to the ceremony, so we'll do the setup walkthrough in just a moment. So let's head up to the ceremony. It's in a different spot and we have to drive there. Here's the ceremony setup and the ceremony site with a beautiful view.
And trust me, there's a lot of conversations.
All right, the ceremony is over, so let's head over to the reception and do cocktail hour. So the main piece of gear we're demoing today is the cold sparklers, but we have more than just cold sparklers today. So of course we got the Humpter B3, not rocking the TV today. We do have the Rain one, as well as the SoundSwitch Control one. We're using our Audio Technica headphones, and I'm loving this hook. You know, I don't really use this drink holder, but it's there and that's kind of cool. We do have the Evox 12s. Loving them. We're using 8 of these pixel tubes and we are using these mic stands. So I have a whole video going over this, but yeah, I have like these quicklog adapters which are super handy, and I store these pre-attached and then I keep the stands attached as well. So I just take it out of this bag, put it down and turn it on, and that's all I have to do. So I'm using these Rockville RTP Go. I didn't want to take a trailer because this gig is so far away, so these are just super compact and very nice for that. Yeah, I absolutely love these movers. As you can see, absolutely no cables. I just turn them on, they connect to the wireless DMX automatically, and I just have them scanning the ceiling with just the cool lights for cocktail hour vibes. We'll liven it up when it's the dance party time. I love this booth because I can store a bunch of handy things and they're out of sight, out of mind. And I think there's nothing wrong with like taping cables like that. It's just that they're really not visible and they're not a tripping hazard, so I don't see a point. I think when there's walkways, you definitely should. So that's just my take. So I have my wireless DMX transmitter right here. And so that is what is going to be controlling our cold sparklers tonight. And then I have my 6-channel mixer as well as my wireless microphone and all my charging stuff. So there's more than one way to do a cold sparkler in SoundSwitch. So there's really 2 kinds of cold sparklers, a 2 and a 3-channel. And if you choose a cold sparkler that has a smoke/atmospheric profile, which you see I have for my 3 and my 2 channel, then you can do something really easy to control these. Here on the default performance mode setting, there's this smoke button right here. So you just push this button and your cold sparklers go. And I love it because on the Control 1, there's this dedicated smoke button. So I'm ready to control my cold sparklers. I just tap this button and then that's all I have to do. You can change it to be like when you push it, it engages, and then once you remove your finger, it disengages. Or you can just have it be toggle. But the thing about cold sparklers is you don't want them turned on too long. I always have the remote just in case. I don't find it super reliable to engage both at the same time, and I think it looks a little bit wonky to just have one. This does have a very important function of cleaning them out at the night. And I got these cold sparklers somewhere off Alibaba. I don't even know the vendor anymore. I just push 12 to clear it, and then yeah, that's all there is to it. All right, so this is the reception setup. So let's go ahead and party. So just cleaning these out at the end of the night with my 12 button. And now these have to cool down. Plugged in until that temperature goes down to a lot lower. Because it has that fan and that helps cool it down. Okay, that is way better. All right, that is the gig. We're back in Utah. Lexi and Jacob and their guests were an awesome crowd. It was such a fun wedding. I loved it. The battery beams, I tested it. I mean, I had them on for 5 hours straight and they were just going strong with about 50% battery left. So that was pretty awesome. And the battery beams were pretty bright. I mean, I could see them shining on the mountain behind us. So that was pretty cool. I thought that the cold sparklers did great. They added a nice ambiance. They were able to add the energy. And that initial burst during the first dance, when you introduce them for the first time, it generates an amazing reaction. And to be honest, having battery-powered wireless cold sparklers would be nice, or even just the battery banks. But I just haven't been that invested in them because I've seen the writing on the wall. I'm starting to see venues like crack down more on them. So it just doesn't make sense to invest in more of them. So I will continue to use mine. They've made their money several times over, but I'm not going to invest more in the ecosystem. Battery powered wireless ones would be super nice when you have to transition from moving them from the dance set to the outdoor grand exit. Last night was awesome because I love triggering mine with the DMX and SoundSwitch, and I was able to do that from the same location, you know. I didn't have to use my remote to trigger them. And something I noticed for the first dance was that for some reason the DMX address was off on one of them by 1. So they still worked, but I had to change that to make that work better. And it's not the most intuitive interface to change, but I was able to get that to work, and it looked great the rest of the night. So yeah, it's pretty easy to use cold sparklers with SoundSwitch. The alternative is that you can make a static scene and you can trigger it that way. And you can have more control of the parameters, like the height, and you can even clear them out. So what are your thoughts on cold sparklers or cold sparklers with SoundSwitch? Let me know down below in the comments, and please smash like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.